Parks and Rec. Oh, I don't watch a lot of TV. I've heard of those shows, but I never watched them.
It's like kind of what I do.
Oh, okay.
You're live. And I'm gonna pull up verses.
Oh, are we recording on both cameras?
Yep.
Like you hit record?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see you do that.
Did you hit record?
On the camera?
Yep, and we're streaming.
When did you hit record?
A minute ago?
What?
I hit record a minute ago.
Okay, I didn't see you. But okay. All right, let's go.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Spotlight. Welcome to Spotlight Podcasts. Today, I, Elena DeMarco, will be talking to Jason Joseph about his new film, Verses.
Hi, my name is Jason Joseph.
Verses focuses on Jason's life and his poetry. Jason, can you tell us a little bit about your life before DSC?
Yes. I used to be in the Army. I joined the Army after high school. I did 10 years. I have a daughter. After the military, I became a massage therapist. And during COVID, I lost my job, my apartment, and my car, and I had to live with. I moved in with some family, and I stayed there for a few months, and then I decided to move down here to Florida. And while down here in Florida, I was living in my car for a few months also, maybe 6 months or so, and I would write my poetry in my car. And it was something that I did before I was homeless, but I started doing a lot more of it because I needed something to fill my time, you know, something to do, keep me productive. And I wrote quite a few poems while I was living in my car. And then from my car, I moved into a homeless shelter for ex-military. And then I saw a flyer for Daytona State, and I got the information from the flyer, and I looked into it, and I decided that it was something that I wanted to do, so I went ahead and enrolled in Daytona State.
And what were some of the major projects you've worked on so far in Daytona State?
Well, we did small projects. One of the major projects I did was I turned one of my poems into a short film. It was a project that we had to do last fall, and that was one of the major projects that we did.
When did you write that poem?
I wrote that poem while I was living in my car still, yeah.
Yeah. And how was that process? How did that make you feel to make that into bring that poem to life?
It was a surreal experience because having my thoughts turn into words on a paper and then turn into a short film. It's something that I didn't see happening at the time. It was, when I was writing it, it was something I was doing to be a little bit more productive. I wanted to use the time that I had wisely, and just seeing it turn into a film, it's a fulfilling experience.
You've said productive a
I
lot.
did?
Yeah, with poetry, and I want to know, is it just about being productive, keeping you busy, or was it also helping you get through that time, and understand that time and how you felt about it?
It was that too. It was that too because at that time, obviously, I was going through a lot, emotions, just going through a lot overall, and writing was definitely a way to express myself, get some of that stuff off of my chest.
How did that make you feel in the process of filming Ladies Lap? Did that bring that back, or did it allow you to continue to move past it?
Yes, it did. It did bring up some emotions. I didn't share at the time. I didn't share with my classmates that this is a poem that I wrote while I was homeless, and I think it was a big deal for it to be turned into a short film because like I was just at the time I was just focusing on making it to what it was, making it a short film, and every once in a while I would look back like just look at it and be like I wrote this in my car like when I was homeless like I couldn't see the future, and to see where it's at, to see what it turned out to be, like I'm happy, I'm pleased with it.
And I understand congratulations are in order.
Yes. The short film that we did, Ladies Lap, it got accepted to 3 film festivals.
That's
Yes.
amazing. That's
Yes.
your first short film too.
Yes,
so.
yes. I think it's a big deal, and I think that for everyone who worked in it, it's some time to get a little bit of a shine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna play the video. Now you're working on another film, Versus. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, Versus is a little bit different from my first short film, Ladies Lap, where it focused on a poem. Versus is gonna be a film that encompasses my life from up until this point, and it's another project that we're working on in class, the class project.
And this is going to take more of a documentary style?
Yes, it's gonna be a feature-length
Okay.
film. Yes.
And so what did you learn from Ladies Lap that you brought with you to Versus?
I would say the experience, not knowing how to maneuver equipment, clients, I say time management and things of that nature. That's all things that was new to me with a film, and it's something that we all took from this project onto the next Versus.
And what are your hopes for Versus?
Guess I'm saying. I just hope that it reaches someone and it's able to inspire someone, because we could all get something from each other's story, you know. And yeah, I'm lost for words.
What's been the process of filming Versus? What's that been like?
It's very hectic. It's very hectic because as students here, we don't have a lot of experience working with the equipment, so I think that's the biggest aspect of filming, like using the equipment that we don't have that experience with. You know, our first day of shooting, we had a lot of audio issues, and which had to have us take the film in another direction. So we're just working out the little hiccups that we have, and in the end, it should turn out to be successful.
And you've gone back to some of the places that you used in Ladies Lap for Versus. Can you tell me the thought process behind that, and why we used that originally in Ladies Lap, and why we're using those places again in Versus?
I think it's very important because that whenever you're telling a story, the location is important to your story. The location has to be able to help to fit the story, has to be able to tell the story as well. And the areas that we use, the locations that we use, is areas that I would go to. I would go to the river and write. It's one of the places that I find that I get inspired a lot, and when I'm near the river, right next to the river, like it just flows, like, so that's some place that I like to go, and that's a place that we chose over and over again for both Ladies Lab and the Versus film because it works. You know.
Thank you so much for taking time to talk to us today about Versus Jesus.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
And thank you to Stephen and Ever, who are also part of this group, for their work. I'm going to play the last video now. Oh, wait, not this one. Sorry.
Good.
Okay, I'm going to play the last video now. Okay, we can cut.